It's March 21st, 2016. You're in the man cave at 5 o'clock in the morning. Still dark outside. It's about 55 degrees, a little bit nippy in here. Monday, Random Media Generator on Cinema Cycle has given me a laser disc. Must be a theme this month. You can't really see it. This is what is the actual title to it? Hold on, let me see. The actual name to this, it's a box set. It says The Golden Age of Science Fiction Thrillers Part 1. We saw Part 2 the other day, the box set Part 2, which had to do with The Land Unknown. Great science fiction classic. Go back and check that out. Today is the next box set. Again, it's 4 movies. We're just going to watch one. It Came from Outer Space, the top one here. Black and white movie. Don't know anything about it. Don't believe I've actually ever seen it. So, again, 1950s thriller sci-fi. Just like the last one I watched, I'm expecting it to be pretty bad, but there's the possibility of some glimpses of some really interesting and thought-provoking stuff here. So let's see. It Came from Outer So this is totally immersive in the 1950s paranoia science fiction kind of concept. When worlds collide, this island Earth, War of the Worlds later on. It moves along pretty smartly, but what is best about it is its look and feel. It's just what you would call production value now. All the women wear dresses. Women never wear pants. They fly to this place in the middle of the Arizona desert in an open cockpit helicopter. It's not an enclosed helicopter. It's actually an open, and there's 3 people in this helicopter. They're flying, and it's a real helicopter, by the way. So I mean, it really dates this. This is about 1952. This is just after the end of the Korean War, and it's just the whole culture of America at the time, visually, is so stunning. And then you also take into account the whole mindset of the time. We just won a couple wars, the communists were at our door, this kind of paranoia. It's a very trippy movie kind of experience to watch in that aspect. A little spoiler alert here. In the scene at the telegraph pole, the assistant lineman is actually the professor from Gilligan's Island, a very young professor. That said, you can see one odd little thing about this movie, and I was reading on the Internet Movie Database about the trivia about this film, and supposedly it was taken from the story by Ray Bradbury. And supposedly the script is pretty much lifted right off of the story. You can kind of tell because in some parts here it gets a little preachy about man's place in the universe and very, very philosophical concepts that usually aren't seen in Hollywood around 1952, especially in a science fiction film. Yes, all in all, a very philosophical science fiction film. The aliens really supposedly aren't bad here. They're just misunderstood, and they're just trying to get home. Kind of like E.T., but they're kind of sneaky about it. But one of the classic, jolts you back to 1950s Elvis time is that the aliens kidnap the female lead out of her car, and they always have this alien eye thing that they do on the screen, so you get the alien's point of view, just kind of blurry. But so they do the eye thing on her, and she screams, and the next time you see her, about 4 or 5 minutes later, having been kidnapped by the aliens, she's wearing a cocktail dress in the middle of the desert. Oh, smoking hot, too. Okay, credits are rolling. Interesting film. You know, it worked on two levels. Like I said, the production value of the 1950s is just so overwhelming here. It's like being, you know, wrapped up in some kind of Leave It to Beaver show. Father Knows Best with monsters. But the other thing is that the actual story itself is kind of a little odd. Not very predictable. Not something you would usually expect to see.